folks, this is Vincent Adderley with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to try Wizards of the Grimoire. This is a strategy card game for 2 players. It includes the Lost Pages micro expansion. It supports ages 14 to 999 for us wizards out there, I suppose. And the gameplay takes about 20 to 40 minutes. And as a reminder, this is a 2-player only game. There is no solo mode. It's just a straight-up duel of wizards, so to speak. So the game itself comes with a deck of 2 different kinds of cards. There are these wizard cards, like spell cards. You'll be able to play these and cast them against your opponent. Your goal is to do enough damage to knock them out of the game. Each wizard or player starts with 60 health, and you subtract as you go. There are some other things in the box. Speaking of box, this is what that looks like. I did take out some cards for our first game. Worth mentioning, our first game. We might get a rule wrong or two, but we do our best. This is the micro expansion here, so we're not touching that straight away, but there is the set of the micro expansion cards in here. And the manual recommends that you remove these 2 star spells from the game because they add a bit more complexity and, just it's a tougher time for new players. So I've also removed these for our first game, but just to give you a quick inkling, there's a good decent amount of cards here. There are different spell types in the upper left-hand corner. There are 3 different types of spells. The ones with the downward arrow are instant effects. As soon as you cast the spell, you do what it says. This is more of a delayed spell where as cards come off of this, which will make more sense later, as mana is removed from a spell, it then activates. And then lastly, there's a recurring spell, which always is in effect, so as long as there is mana on the card to do so. So there's different kinds of spell effects, but primarily for the beginner game, most of these are all instant effects. So that's why some of these cards were removed for new players. You've also got a turn order guide here. Pretty easy. There's the opening setup here, and then there's the turn order down here. And on the reverse side, you can learn about spell activations. I kind of explained this already. Instant spells, delayed spells, and ongoing. And then the different spell types. Red is damage, green is regeneration, and purple is utility. And if you guys want to pause the video here so you can learn more about that, please do. Okay, so the game does not come with any sort of digital tracker, but you can download one, or you can do what I do and just use a calculator on my phone. There's an app you can download, but I'm just using my calculator. The game does come with old school trackers, like in Hero Realms, for example, where you're going to use something like this, and you start with 60, and then you put the 0 like that. And then let's say you take 5 damage. Well, you rotate it that way, and then maybe you do something like this, and that gives you 55. You can sort of do this any way you like, just as long as you can keep track of stuff. This would be 44. And then when you get to really low health, maybe 37 and so on, or 28. You get the idea. So you can use these old school tracker cards, or you can do digital and track your health that way. To play the game, again, during setup, player 1 will choose any one of these 10 spell cards. Then player 2 chooses one, then player 1 chooses one, and then player 2 actually starts the game. A player has a limit of 6 spell cards in front of them. They cannot have more than that. So if you end up grabbing an extra, you cannot actually grab one if all of your spells are on cooldown. You cannot grab one and replace it. One of your spells has to be ready to be cast in order for you to take a card to replace it. Because that would be pretty cheap. Yeah. Casting a bunch of powerful spells and then just getting rid of that spell. No, you have to wait for the cooldown to finish before you can take a new card and replace one of your 6 cards. So a player's turn works a little something like this. They're going to choose one of these 10 cards to put in front of them. These are like the spell cards. And here's the deck. And you immediately replace a spell card whenever you take it. Then you move on to the spell cooldown phase. Let's say I had these 3 cards in front of me. And I had mana on these cards. And this will make more sense when I get to that part. But these cards represent mana, regardless of their value on the other side. And let's say I had something like this. So there's 3 mana here, and 1 mana here, and 2 mana here. During this step, I'm going to remove 1 mana and discard them into the discard pile. Now, whenever a card is completely void of mana, that means it is ready to cast again. So these cards act like a timer. Whenever you cast a very expensive spell like this 3-1 over here, it's going to take 3 full turns before you can use it again. Unless you can use another card to help you pull mana off of it. So again, there are some utility cards in the game that help you refresh or cool down these cards a lot more quickly. On the reverse side of these cards are numbers 1 through 4. Some of these interact in different ways based on the text of these cards. Other ones, toward the end of the turn, which I haven't gotten to yet, you can just do direct damage, which I'll get to in a little bit. But so long story short, during the second part of a player's turn, they are just simply going to take 1 mana off of all of their spell cards that have mana on them. Next, they're going to draw 3 mana cards from the deck to add to their hand. Mana is private information. I can always see how many mana cards you have, but I don't know their values. Because again, some numbers interact with the cards, others, actually there might have been one in here. I could probably show you. Yeah, this one. So again, this is a more advanced card, but this one says deal 1 damage each time you discard off of this spell. Again, this is one of those. Every time you pull a mana off of it, it does damage. But if you discard a 4 power mana off of this spell, deal 4 damage instead. So this is a more advanced card where if you put a mana value 1, 2, or 3 on this, it just does 1 damage. But if you put a 4 mana on this, it'll instead do 4 damage whenever it comes off. So again, these are more advanced cards. We don't have to really worry about that right now. But there may be some cards that care about the value that you're putting on them whenever you're casting that spell. So you're going to draw 3 mana cards, and then you're going to cast your spells. And to cast spells, you're going to play mana cards from your hand regardless of their value. But again, some cards may jive well with others. And then put them face down on the spells that you're trying to cast. And then when you're all done with that, you can perform a basic attack. And a basic attack is reveal one of your mana cards, and whatever the number is, that's how much damage goes to the opponent. And then you discard it. So if you have a 1 in your hand and I reveal it, I do 1 damage to you and then I discard it. It's an optional attack that you don't have to do. So instead of using mana cards to play spells, you can just use it for direct damage at the end of your turn. Mm. And keep in mind, this is our first time playing, so there may be questions as we go, but the rulebook is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, it's roughly 16, 17 pages of this length, like so. I will mention the card value / stock is, they're not like glossy at all. They're actually quite rough. Feel them?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I like it, though.
Yeah, I like it too, but they're also difficult to shuffle and they stick together. No, I've already shuffled them the long way.
Fine.
Yeah, fine. All right, so who would like to go first? You're supposed to flip a coin, but whatever. Do you...
I'll go first.
All right, then.
I don't know.
I don't know. What was that?
I don't know either.
Was I supposed to call heads? Anyway. So, all right, then. So that means for setup, you're just going to pick one of these 10 cards.
Okay. Any one of these 10
Any
cards?
10 cards. You just put it in front of you as one of your 6 spells that you have access to. And I know it's difficult to see, folks, because the text on these cards are very small. As she grabs them, I will show the camera. All right, so she is going to grab this spell, which says, Renewed Fervor. Pick up a mana card off of each of your instant attack spells that cost 2 or less. So it costs 2 mana to play, but whenever she does cast this spell, she'll pull mana off of her other cards. It's purple. It's a utility card. So that's good. She's setting herself up for later.
I like the art on it. That's
You like the art. That's why. Okay, so a new card comes out to replace it. Now I get to pick a card.
Yeah.
And I have not looked at any of these yet, so I'm just going to quickly scan them. Deal damage equal to the quantity of mana cards on one of your opponent's spells. Interesting. So if she has a spell with 3 mana cards on it, and I activate that, it'll do 3 damage to you. Shadow attack. Discard a mana card off one of your other spells. It costs 4 mana to activate, though. Deal damage and gain mana equal to that mana's power. I kind of like that, actually. It's very expensive to play, but I might want to go for something a little cheaper. Vile Laughter. Deal 6 damage minus the highest power mana in your hand. This is a 3. Oh, mana in my hand. Okay. So if I have all 1s, that card will be awesome to play. This is Gleam of Hope. Gain mana until you have 5 mana cards in your hand. I might actually do that one.
You took the pink one.
Well, it's the pink art, but it's a green card.
I like
So this one is simply, this is a green ability that allows me to generate mana. So I'm going to go ahead and use that one. So now you get to pick one.
Wow, that's really good. Let's see. I don't get it.
Okay, so this is going to cost 2 mana. It's a regeneration card. Choose one of the following things. Gain 4 mana cards, or your opponent must discard their hand. So whenever you cast this spell, you can either draw 4 cards from the deck or make me get rid of my hand.
But you're probably going to pick up mana cards anyways, right?
Yeah, technically you have a hand limit of 10. So if I'm hoarding mana, you could use that to make me discard everything.
Okay.
Lots of cards.
Yeah. There's so many. You know what? Let's go with this one because I love her dress.
You love her dress. All right, it's a green card, and it's renewal. Gain mana until you have 4 mana cards in your hand. So it's a way of destroying new mana cards.
Okay.
Awesome. And we replace that one. And this is a purple one that just came out. Time Distortion. Pick up a mana card off of 2 of your other spells. I like that, but I need 2 other spells at least to really get anything out of it. This is just Guilty Bond. Show your opponent a mana from your hand. Deal 2 damage if they have a mana of the same power in their hand. So if I show you a 1 and you have a 1, that means I do 2 damage to you. If I don't, then I've wasted my spell.
Very chancy.
Chancy, yeah. This is Windstorm. Deal 2 damage, then reveal a mana card from the mana deck. If it's a 1, place it on this spell. Ooh. So there's the possibility, every time I do 2 damage to you with this card, if it's a 1 that I draw, then extra mana gets added and it takes longer for this to cool down. So there's a chance that it'll either cool down in 1 turn or 2 turns, depending on how lucky I draw from the deck.
Now this is starting the turn order, right?
Yes, this is now the start of the game. Player 2 now starts the game. I get to choose a mana card, or choose a spell, and then continue with my normal turn.
Yep.
So I'll just quickly minus the highest power mana in your hand. That costs 3. That sucks. This one, you know what? I kind of want to go for a high one because this one lets me gives me mana. This one is discard a mana card off of one of your other spells. Deal damage and gain mana equal to... Okay, I'm going to take that one. I don't know if this is good or not, but I'm going to take it. And then I'm going to finish the rest of my turn, which is spell card cooldown. Well, we have no mana on these cards to cool down at the moment. Then we gain 3 mana. Well, I gain 3 mana. 1, 2, 3. And again, this is all private information. And it's fine. They're valued 1 through 4. And then from here, I might do... Let's see. Okay, so now I can cast spells. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play these 2 cards face down, regardless of their value, onto this card here, because this card requires a cost of 2. So 2 mana cards, 2, and I'm going to activate this spell, which is gain mana until you have 5 cards in your hand.
Nice.
So I'm pretty much playing this to draw 4 more cards. Mm-hmm. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I got there. And I have enough to play this, and this says discard a mana card off one of your other spells. Deal damage and gain mana equal to that. Okay, so I guess I'll do it just to do it. But let's see, I have to pay 4 cards first to activate this. So I have to put 4 cards on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now it says I can take mana off of one of my other cards and then do damage. So I'm going to take this one off. And the key word take off means that I can put it back into my hand. So it's telling me discard a mana card off of one of your other spells, which I did. Then deal damage and gain mana equal to that mana's power. So I do 2 damage to you, and then I draw 2 more cards. I gain that much mana back. But these cards are now on here, and it's going to take me 4 turns to play it again.
Wow.
But this is what I've got now, and after that, I can do a basic attack if I want to. I'm going to go ahead and do a basic attack and do the 4.
Whoa.
And that just does 4 damage to you.
54. Nice.
And then this gets discarded. And my turn is over. And now it is your turn. So you're going to do the whole turn order thing. Yep. So you're going to choose a card.
Oh, jeez.
No, I need some utility or something.
Interesting. Oh, okay, I see. So, okay.
Yeah, so you pick one card.
Yeah, it says instant attack spells, which are the red ones, right?
Instant attack is anything with that downward arrow. Remember, on the reverse side, this says
this is
instant, yes.
But this is attack, right?
Well, yeah, typically red. Instant attack, spells that cost 2.
So I don't know if it's talking about...
Well, typically, regeneration utilities don't do damage anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. But, we'll get there when I get there. Deal damage equal to the quantity of mana cards on one of your opponent's spells, like that.
Yeah, so if you did that one, I mean, that's a really good one. That would do 4 damage against me.
This one just discards everything and deals 7. Deals 6 minus the highest power. 6 damage minus the highest power mana in your hand.
Right.
So if you had a 4,
so if you had a 4 in your hand, 6 minus 4 is 2.
Oh, I see.
You would do 2 damage to me.
Whoa.
So if you play that one, you want low cards in your hand.
Yeah. How do you... Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do... Oh, jeez.
Most of this video is going to be us
I'm
picking
sorry.
up cards and reading them.
I know. I wanted to do it based on art, but you went after me hard. So.
Well, the name of the game is to destroy your opponent, so I'm just trying.
Okay. All right. Let's do this.
Disclaimer: our average play times are never what's on the board.
Never. Let's do this one.
Okay, so you just take it. Good.
Let me see. Okay, yeah.
She does this often.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm good.
Okay, so you picked up this one, which is the Energy Storm. Costs 3, and you deal 3 damage. Deal 1 additional damage for each 4 power mana in your hand. So if you have a lot of 4s in your hand, you could do a lot of extra damage.
Yes.
All right. So now you draw 3 mana. Oh, first.
This is spell cooldown.
Right, but you have no mana to take off because this is your first turn. So you're going to draw 3 mana cards.
Okay.
There should be 3 there.
Yes.
Okay. And then from there, you can cast your spells.
Okay, let's do this one. Gain mana until you have 4 mana cards in your hand.
Yep, so you're going to pay 1 mana.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have to draw 2 more cards to get up to 4 mana.
Yes.
Okay.
And then then I'll do this one, 2.
Okay.
Pay 2, and it says pick up a mana card off each of your instant attack spells, so it wouldn't count this one, right?
Yeah, this is more of a damage. Like, this red, like you said, red is more damage.
And
so maybe...
Yeah. Yeah, so
this doesn't do damage, though.
Yeah, so never mind.
So maybe save this for when you get more red cards.
Yeah,
Anything...
I wish it would have actually said, instead of damage, it would say attack to really...
I would say anything that says damage is considered an attack card.
An attack spell, okay.
Right. So when you get more reds, this will definitely help you out.
Okay. Let's go with... I'll just do... let's do that.
So 3 cards on that.
So 3 damage.
So 3 damage. Do you have any 4s in your hand?
No.
All right. So
go
it's just
fish.
So go fish. -3 is 57.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got, and again, I'm using a calculator to keep track of my stuff.
Now, when I basic attack, I have to discard it, right?
Correct. Or you can choose not to.
I will.
You are. So it's just 3 damage.
Yes.
All right. So I lose 3, and I am down to 54.
Hey, we're tied.
All right, well, there you go. See, you did work. All right, next is my turn. I'm going to choose a new spell. Hopefully something with utility on it. Pick up a mana card off of 2 of your other spells. I am taking that one. And then that gets replaced immediately. And from there, I get 3 mana. Actually, before...
You have to discard a mana.
Yeah, before that, I discard 2 mana cards off of each one. And then I draw 3 mana. And now I can cast spells. So I can't do anything with this yet because it's still not ready. But I can play that. Well, this says gain mana until you have 5 mana cards in your hand. That was kind of useless. I shouldn't have grabbed that one. But I guess that'll serve me well later. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should, like, gain 5... Okay, yeah, this is 2. This is 1, 2. I have 1, 2. That would... That's awful. Alright, so I guess what I'll do is I'll play 2 mana cards on this one to use it. And I'll just do this and this. And that lets me draw up to 5, which I have 4, so I draw 1 more. Kind of a waste. But now I can play 2 cards here. Pick up a mana card off of 2 of your other spells. So I'm going to play these 2 here. And it says I can pick up a mana card off of 2 of my other spells. So I can take one off of this and take one off of this. And because it says pick up rather than discard, these pretty much just go back into my hand. So out of all of that madness, all I managed to really do was decrease the cooldown timer of this one spell at the cost of some mana, but that's about it. I will use, I think, I'll just use this direct attack 3 on you. Yep. And you're down to what, 51?
51, yes.
All right, it is your turn.
Okay.
I need more attack cards.
I am going to...
You may have to move everything up so you can put cards this way, because you're encroaching on my spell territory.
Oh, really? Sorry. All right.
Yeah, you can add more. You can add more.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right. I think. You know what? Let's go for this one.
All right. What does that one do?
Doom Drop.
All right. So it costs 3 mana, and it says each time a mana card is discarded off of this spell, deal damage equal to that mana's power. Ooh. So this is one of those that kicks in every time a mana card comes off.
Yep.
Not bad.
Delayed.
So that goes, it's a delayed card.
Yep.
And a new one comes out, and then 1 card off of each one.
Yep.
All right.
And these get discarded, not back to your hand, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then gain 3 mana.
Yep, 3 mana. 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I will spend this one on this one. Gain mana until you have 4. So
You need 2 more.
yes.
So many choices.
I know. All right. I'll just do.
While you're doing that, I'll look.
Mm-hmm. So I'm casting it, but it's not until.
Correct. It will not kick in until the next turn where you're taking cards off.
Yes. And I am going to.
And as a side note,
yes,
it does not kick in whenever another card tells you to pick up a mana. It does not activate then. Only when it discards. If that makes any sense? Because there are ways to like take cards off of other mana off of other cards.
Oh, so it says discarded, so not the pickup ability.
Correct. Yeah. So this pickup ability does not jive with that. But still, every turn though, you're gonna get so much damage.
That stings. I should have read it better.
I just want to make sure. That's something I was looking at too when I was reading the rules. I'm like, that seems a little overpowered.
I don't want this card now. Well, that actually weakens him.
No, it doesn't.
It does weaken him.
No, it doesn't.
Because why on earth would I ever use this card? Then it weakens this card.
I don't understand.
Because if I use this card, then that means he loses an attack.
Yeah, but then you still have room for 2 other cards in your tableau.
What do you mean?
You can have a total of 6 spells in your tableau.
Yeah.
So just save this one for another card that comes out.
That's rough.
The game's not going to be over on my turn, trust me. You've got time to build the perfect spell grimoire, I guess.
Oh, I'm so mad. All right.
While you're complaining, I will look at...
Wow, okay. Damn, that stinks. Fine, I'll do that then. Oh, I'll deal damage to you.
One whole mana.
One whole mana.
-1. I'm down to 53.
Maybe I should have kept that. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, that's fine. All right. So now my turn. I'm going to pick a spell, preferably a red one, because discard all mana in your hand and deal 7 damage. That could be useful considering I can draw mana cards, so I might do that. I'm going to take this one. And that gets replaced. And now I'm going to take a mana off of each one. Like so. And discard it. And now I get to draw 3 mana. 1, 2. Oh, come on. 1, 2. These cards, I don't like the...
You don't like the feel of it?
They stick together.
I like them.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a lot of mana in my hand. So I'm going to have to discard some of these probably. But a lot of them are... crap anyway. So let's figure this out. Let's play this one for 3 mana. 1, 2, doesn't matter. 3. So I'm going to put 3 onto this one. Discard all your mana and deal 7 damage. Yeah, so I'm just going to discard these cards and just deal 7 damage.
Wow. I think you might win this.
That sucks though, because I can't really do anything else. This is more of like an end of turn kind of thing, but I'm hoping on my next turn I can make it up by doing other things. But okay, well that ends my turn. 7 damage is enough for me. So you get to pick a spell now.
I'm going to pick. I'll pick this one just for stuffs and giggles.
All right, so this one is a recurring thing, so as long as there's mana on this, it will always be available. Both players' basic attack mana cards go to your hand instead of the discard pile.
Yep.
So that means that whenever you play a card as a basic attack at the end of your turn, it just goes back to your hand.
Yep.
So it's nasty. If you have a 4 in your hand, you could just keep doing 4 damage every turn.
Oh yeah.
Nasty. Okay. So now this gets replaced immediately, and now
Spell cooldown.
1 comes off, 1 comes off, 1 comes off.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I forgot. Okay, whatever.
It's fine. It's our first game.
Are we able to look underneath, to refresh our memory to see what numbers are in the card, or no?
Well, no, that should kick in now. What a card came off. So what was it?
So it was a 1.
It was a 1. So that does 1 damage to me, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just I can't keep track of yours too.
Yeah,
so,
that's fine.
So
that's
I take 1 damage then.
Am I allowed to look under?
Yeah, if you want.
Because I forgot. Okay.
All right. So you took a card off.
Yeah.
And now you draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And now you cast spells.
Alrighty then. Okay.
Well, if you're doing that, I'm going to move these over slightly so the camera can see better.
I'm going to do this one first. Actually, no. I'm going to do... Oh, snap nuggets. Okay.
Snap nuggets. That's a word.
I will do this. I'll do this. Pick up a mana card off each of your instant attack spells that cost 2 or... Oh, I can't even pick... Okay, that's good.
2 or less anyway. Yeah.
That's good. That's fine. Because once this comes off, I can cast it if I can't.
You can cast it again. Yes.
All right. So I'm doing that. Oh, it's a 3. Oh, my Lord, help me. I hate this card. I hate...
Well, again, when you get 6 cards, so as long as this isn't being used, you can replace it with something else.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to replace this crap card. All right. That evil laughter. All right. I will do this.
All right. So while there's mana on this...
Anytime there's a basic attack, I'm just going to... Yeah. I'll do this. Gain mana until you have 4 cards in your hand.
How many do you have right now?
I have 1.
All right. So you need 3.
I need 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. And... I haven't had a 4 a single game. All right.
They're pretty rare. There's a lot of 1s and 2s.
You gave me a 4.
I got lucky. What do you want?
How many 4s you got? Jeez.
I don't have any right now. I have no cards.
All right. Let's see. Gosh, this is awful. I need a different card. Yeah. Okay, I'll just basic attack you.
For what? 3? Oh, I'm complaining about that. I have 49 health left. You take it back because of that. Yes. Awesome. All right. My turn. I get to pick a spell. I kind of want something cheap that will give me cards, preferably. What's this one? Gain 6 mana cards. Gain 1 fewer mana for each of your other spells that have a mana on them. Ooh. So if I have a lot of cards on cooldown, that's not really going to be very good. This one is Shackled Motion. Choose 1. Gain 4 mana cards or your opponent must discard their hand. I kind of like that one. Yeah, I'm gonna take that and put that, I guess, down here so the camera can see what it's doing. Mm-hmm. And that gets replaced here. Cooldown. That goes away, that goes away, that goes away. And that's okay. So I get 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to play 2 cards on this one. Gain mana until you have 5 cards in your hand, and that costs 2 to play. So I'm going to keep that one. So that goes there, and now I draw up to 5 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This one says, choose 1. Gain 4 mana cards, or your opponent must discard their hand. I kind of want a lot of mana cards so I can play that. If one of your spells do. Okay. Man. Well, what did I put on? Okay, so what I need to do is... Okay, I think I'm going to play this one first. So I'm going to put 2 mana on this card to gain 4 more cards. I'm not going to make you discard.
All right.
So I'm going to gain 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Time Distortion. Pick up a mana card off of 2 of your other spells. So I think what I'm going to do is play that one and that one. So put 2 here, and now I can take 2 cards off of another spell. Mm-hmm. I think what I'm going to do is take 1 off of this and off of this so that these become available on my next turn. Mm-hmm. So these get discarded. And then here's a Shadow Attack. I'm going to put 4 cards down on that. And that pretty much says, discard a mana card off of one of your other spells. Deal damage and gain mana equal to that mana's power. So, all right. I need to look at my other cards and see what I want to discard. Not those. That one probably. Oh, actually, probably. Yeah, I should have thought about this more. Been a bit more strategic about this. I guess what I could do is I'll take it off of this one, and it's a 2. So that means that I'm going to do 2 damage to you, and I'm going to get 2 mana. 1, 2. And then these come on. And this goes discarded. I'm going to discard, or I'm going to play these 2 on this spell to get up to 5 mana cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to basic attack you for 4, but because of your mana, I get to take that back.
No, I get to take it.
What does it say? Both players' basic attack mana cards go to your hand instead of... Oh, so it's your hand as well. Interesting. So you would get that. Do I want to do that now? You know what? Let's do it. 4.
42 minus 4 is 38.
8.
38. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter because you're going to win this.
Hopefully I'm going to beat you over with attrition, but we'll see how
attrition. That goes. Okay, my turn?
Yes, so first you get to pick a spell.
Ugh, I am choosing this one and replacing this crap.
You don't need to yet.
I want to. This is just useless.
You sure? You don't want to wait till you have 6 cards.
I'm never going to use it.
Alright.
I'm probably never going to use it.
Alright, so this gets replaced. Wrong here. Okay. And what card did you pick up?
I picked up Sneaky Deal.
Sneaky Deal. It costs 1 mana. It's a purple card, so it's a utility. Choose 1, deal 1 damage, or discard a mana card off of one of your other spells. So it's a way of just refreshing cards faster. Okay.
And 1 card comes off, right?
Yeah, 1 off of each.
Yes, that one comes off.
Yep, that one.
This one comes off.
Yep.
This one comes off.
Yep.
And this one gives you 3 damage.
Whoa, 3 damage because of that recurring thing.
Yes.
So minus 3. I'm down to 46.
Okay. First thing is first, I will do this so that any basic attack can go to my hand.
Okay. I don't like that card.
I'm going to do this one and discard a mana off this one.
Okay, makes sense.
Which is 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, minus 2. So I'm down to 44.
I'm going to do this and get 2 more cards.
Okay, up to 4. Look at you go. You're starting to chain all sorts of crazy things there.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess.
Yes. Okay. I will... I need more cards. I need to find a way to get more cards now. Okay. Okay, I got it, I think. Let's go with
Interesting.
this one.
All right, so what are you? Oh, so you're just gonna add cards, and they come off. As they come off, they do damage.
And they give you 1 damage.
1 damage, and it goes back to you, right? Okay. So 43. My turn. I am going to grab Vile Laughter, which says deal 6 damage minus the highest power mana in your hand. So that's all 6. I can't fit any more unless I get rid of 1. I get 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And actually, before I do that, 1 card comes off. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So all of those come off. Now, kind of stuck there. This is... Okay. So, let's see what I got. Yeah. Actually, this is fine. So, I'm going to play 3 cards on this one, I think. 1, 2... Doesn't matter how I do this because it won't matter. 1, 2, 3. And so I'm going to play 3 mana cards on this one. And this says deal 6 damage minus the highest power mana in your hand. And the highest power mana, whoops, my bad. The highest power mana in my hand is a 2.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to do 4 damage to you.
Okay, so 34. Jeez. You're chipping. You're chipping.
Slowly, but you're doing work. Choose 1, gain 4 mana cards. I'm just going to 2 mana, gain 4 cards. It's pretty simple. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I think, all of my hand is tied up, or I'm on cooldown. Nice. So yeah, this should have been replaced. So we'll do that. All right, there we go.
Okay.
And there's not a whole lot left. I'm gonna shuffle these up off camera while you're looking.
Sure. Dang. Gain 4 mana cards or place a mana card from the mana deck on one of your opponent's spells.
Ooh, nasty. Okay.
This one's interesting. Gain 1 mana card, gain additional mana equal to that mana's power. Okay. You know what? I'll take this one.
All right. So let's see what that is. This is a green regeneration ability. Sleight of hand. Gain 1 mana. Gain additional mana equal to that mana's power. All right.
So if I get a 4, I get 4.
That's pretty amazing. Okay. So
but
you get
4s are rare, so.
You get 3 mana cards, right? I'm gonna put these on top.
Oh, these come off. 1.
Yep.
1, 1, and 1, and it does 4 damage.
Woo! 4 damage. There's your 3 mana.
And here's the stuff that came off. Okay. I am going.
She's gonna win this, guys.
No, absolutely not. I wish. Let's do this one. Deal 1 damage or discard a mana card off of your spell, which I'm going to do.
3 damage minus 3. That's 36. I think you're 36 to 34. You are killing me right now.
Yeah. Let's do this one. Well, see, here's the thing. Let me calculate that. If I do that.
You really like this card.
I like it. I do like it. I'm going to keep that. And I'm going to use 1 there.
To gain up to 4?
Hold on. Let's do that one. I'm curious.
So you're going to draw a card, and
Yes.
whatever it says, you get that
Yes.
much mana.
Yes.
So whatever that is.
So 2.
2.
So
1,
2 more mana.
2.
This one I'm not really liking because, well...
You have to have a low card count.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Alright. I will... Ooh.
I don't like the sound of that.
Let's do this one for 4 damage.
Okay, it says deal 3 plus 1 for... So you have a 4 in your hand.
I have a 4 in my hand.
So minus 4. Nasty. So 32 health left.
Okay. Now here's the thing. Should I do 4 damage to you and just take it back? Or should I get 3 more cards?
Wow. That's a good question there.
Yeah, what's 1 point? Alright.
So...
3 more cards.
1, 2, 3. But
And
you're kind of... Yeah, unless you do...
I'll give you 2 damage.
2 damage. So I'm down to 30 health. You're winning. See?
No.
You complain.
No.
You complain.
No.
Now, I cannot take a card now because I've
Yes.
got 6 cards and they're all filled up with mana.
Yes. I got 6 cards too.
Same. Yep. So now I move on to removing mana from these cards. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so with that, I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Love it. Useless junk. Okay, well. I feel like I'm in dire straits here. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I feel like, what does this one do? Oh, wow. Okay. This is pick up a mana card off of 2 of your other spells. So I kind of want to do these, but I also want this, so... Wow, okay. So I guess I'll play 2 mana cards here. Do I refresh these faster? Depends on what I'm going to do, honestly. No, I'm going to make you, I think... I'm going to make you discard your hand. Because I don't like... Yeah, what was it? 1, 2, and 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm just trying to prevent... I know you don't care. And then this gives me up to 5... Yeah, so I gain mana until I have 5. Well, I've got all of this. So what sucks is that if I play this, I lose... Pretty much discard all your mana and then do 7 damage. Part of me wants to save that for the end of my next turn, but...
The chokehold.
Yeah, like I'm in dire straits right now.
I'm like sweating.
You know, I'm just gonna do this. I am gonna act, because I have a feeling if I wait too long, it's gonna spell doom for me. So I'm gonna play 3 cards here, discard my hand, and actually let me redo what I'm putting on there. That would be, I had these. I want to put that, and that on there instead.
Well, you have to discard your whole hand.
I am, but I'm changing what I'm putting here
you're putting there.
because
you get to pick up
of reasons. Yeah, of reasons. I'm gonna slot that in the back. Okay, because there's certain cards that piggyback off of other ones. So now I'm going to I'm going to discard my hand and just do 7 damage to you.
Okay, 34 minus 7.
7 is 27, right?
27.
7 plus 7 is 14.
Yeah, 27.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's my turn. I can't do a basic attack because I have no cards left.
Okay.
Alright, so you cannot pick up a card.
Nope.
But you can take off 1 card from each. Mm-hmm. And that one does how much?
1.
1 damage. Minus 1. Alright, so awesome.
Yep.
So I'm down to 29.
Yep.
You've got some cards ready. Mine are like high costing cards here, unfortunately.
3 mana cards.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Come on. Okay. Let's do a sleight of hand. Gain 1 mana card, gain additional mana to that mana.
Based on what it is?
Yeah.
1.
1. Fine. That's fine.
There you go.
And that'll go there.
Okay.
Actually, let's do something. No, we'll do that.
Okay.
Okay. Do that.
And that gives you up to 4.
2
so
more
2 cards. Yeah.
And I will do this.
All right. 3 cards on there.
And I'll do this to discard this one and give you 4 damage.
Now, is that discard or pick up?
Discard.
Okay. That's so 4 damage, you said?
Yes, and this goes
Woo,
to the trash.
4 damage. I'm down to 25.
I think you're going to hit me harder, though. I think you're going to kill me first.
Well, if I wanted to, I could now take a card and replace this one. Gain 5 mana until you see. Part of me needs this, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave everything as is. I get to take a card off of each one. Mm-hmm. And what sucks is that these aren't ready yet, so I really can't do much. So those all come off. I draw 3 mana cards. 1, 2, 3. And I could play 2 there just to prep myself for next turn. Choose 1, gain 4 mana, or discard your opponent's hand. I don't see a point to that. So
you could discard my hand. I think you should do that, you know?
Yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not going to do a whole lot of damage to you this turn, so I'm just going to do 1, 2. I'm going to prep in for next turn, really.
Mm-hmm.
And this will give me up to 5 mana. So 1,
Nice.
2, 4.
You want to basic attack me?
No, because you're just going to take it from me. I don't see a point in doing that anymore.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was a very weak turn. I feel like I didn't do anything. How do I still have all... I guess, yeah, it's weird. I keep thinking, like, I'm going to get cards sooner, but I'm really not.
So I cannot choose a spell.
Yeah, so 1 card comes off.
1.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, sorry. 1.
Just give them to me all at once.
Sorry. This one does 3 damage
too. 3. Okay, I'm down to 22, and you're going to win.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to win. 3 cards.
3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, thank you. Let's go with this one.
And you draw a card, and whatever it is...
Oh, it's a 1.
You get a card.
That hurts. Fine.
And while you're doing that, I'll shuffle these up and put it underneath a new deck.
Let's do this one here. I'll do... Okay. I'm gonna use this to give you 2 damage.
Okay. -2. I'm down to 20.
I will grab 3 more cards.
This goes there, and you said 2 more cards?
3 more cards.
1, 2.
Did you shuffle?
Yes. Don't worry, I shuffled. While you were doing your thing, I was shuffling the deck.
Okay.
Wow.
No, okay.
Don't be making those accusations at me.
It's fine. And I will do this.
You're winning and you're complaining.
And I'll do 1 damage.
I'm 1 damage.
Yes, 19.
I'm 19. Okay. All done?
Yes.
Okay, this gives me 4 mana cards, so I'm just gonna keep that one and just play the game. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and all those go away. All right, I'm hoping to do some heavy hitting this turn, but we'll see how that goes.
You need up to 27.
Good luck with that.
You can do it.
First off, I'm going to... Let's see, discard. Okay, so I'm gonna I think I'm gonna play. Well, I need more cards first off. So let's do this one. Choose 1, gain 4 mana cards, or make your opponent discard. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, I am going to play that one. And ooh, it's not terrible. Actually, what I should do first is, what's this one? Okay. Yeah, let's do this one first. So I'm going to play that one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And, okay. So I'm going to play these 4 cards on here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to discard a mana card off of another spell. And whatever it is, I get 4 mana and you take 4 damage. So we're discarding this one. That's why I was slotting them earlier to time it with this.
20.
So 4 damage and I get 4 cards.
Nice. That's really good.
And that says...
That's a powerful card.
Gain... Okay, it says discard a mana. So this goes here. Mm-hmm. Next, so this is on here. Part of me wants to...
No.
What's wrong with you?
No, you're like really nervous, I think.
Well, I am, because you're doing so well.
No, I'm only 4 points ahead of you. That's not a lot. You can slaughter me, I'm sure.
Alright, so I'm going to play these 2 here to pick off 2 cards off of another spell. 1 and...
Does that have to be a single spell? Or does it
1
have to
and
be a...
2. No, 1 card off of 2 different spells. Pick a mana card off of 2 of your other spells. So 1 here and 1 here.
Oh, nice.
So that gets discarded.
Okay.
It says pick up. It doesn't say discard. It says pick up.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to play on this one. I need 3 damage. Or 3 cards, rather. So let's slot
You picked
these.
up from this one and that one? This one?
Not this one. I put that one back. I picked up, when I put this in, I did one from here, one from here.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And I should put that one there and that one there. Okay. So for Vile Laughter, deal 6 damage minus the highest power mana card in your hand.
True.
I have all ones.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be 5 damage.
Okay. Wow, that's really good. 23 minus 5?
18.
18. I'm bad at math.
And next, I'm going to play 3 cards to this one.
Ooh, 11.
So this says do 7 damage, discard all mana in your hand.
11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, sorry.
So you're down to 11?
Yes.
Now the question is, can I survive? I need to do more damage, and unfortunately, I've got a lot of cards still on cooldown.
Yeah.
So you've got some time. You can't take a new card, but you can now refresh.
Yes.
One, so you pretty much have a ready hand at this point, and whatever that is, 3 damage. So minus 3 is, I'm down to 16.
Mm-hmm. Okay. First thing is first, 3 cards.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's go this one. And that's 2 damage.
All right. So what did you just do? Oh, you.
I used this card to discard.
Minus 2. I'm down to 14. Mm-hmm.
And let's go with this one. Pick up a card and see what it says. I get 2 additional
mana
cards. Okay. I'll do that there. I'll do.
I think you got this in the bag because I need more time to get rid of all of these cards, and I just don't have.
Let's do. Let's do. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
You have 11.
Let's do 3 damage too.
Okay, 3 damage.
I have 11.
All right, I'm down to 11.
And I will gain mana until I have 4 in my hand.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And I will basic attack you for 2.
All right, I'm down to 9. This is hurting. Okay.
This is a close game, though.
It is. It's really close. Nothing really happens. These cards come off a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they get discarded. I get 3 mana. 1, 2, 3. And I will... It's going to be useless. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is probably just do this to draw 4 cards. Actually, should I play that first? I think I should. This gives me 5 mana cards, up to 5. So I'm going to drop the 5. 4, 5. But I might leave this one alone because on my next turn, I'm going to have to replace it with something else probably. Mm-hmm. Because I have to. Yeah. You're going to win if I don't do something.
I don't think I'm going to win.
And can you... You might have enough to actually murder me. So I'm... Yeah, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of that. Although... See, how much damage can you do to me on the next turn? That one's clogged up. You have that stupid basic attack thing. How much health do you have? 11? Mm-hmm. Alright, well, here's 2. I'm going to basic attack you for 2, but you get to keep that.
Okay. Because
of your mana thing.
So 11 to 9.
9. So we're tied.
So 9.
And that's all I can do.
Okay. Alright, so I can't choose a new spell. Here's 1.
So wait a minute. Oh, so you took...
I'm taking 1 out. I took 1 out of there.
Oh, you took... Okay. I was like, where did this other one in my hand come from? What was this card on here?
Oh, that was... Shoot, that was a 1, I think.
Oh, yeah, these are ones... It's 1s and 2s, but...
Oh, it was either 1 or 2.
Well, it's on the end, so
I would
imagine a 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm down to 8.
Okay. I'm going to use this card and see what that is, and then
It's a 2.
pick up 2 more. Ugh, useless. All right.
Useless.
Do this.
I doubt it.
Very useless. I'll do this here. Yeah, this here. I will use this to give you 2 damage.
2 damage.
2 damage.
Minus 2 is 6.
And I will use this to pick up 3 cards.
1, 2.
I think you killed me.
No, not yet.
Yeah, not yet. And I'll do 3 basic attack to you.
Oof, I'm down to 3. 3 health.
Oh, man.
Alright, first thing I'm going to do is replace this with this.
Oh, that's going to hurt. Oh, no.
Well, it depends on what I can do. So that's discarded. And then a new one comes out.
That's good.
And then...
Remove 1.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is...
That's really good.
I think I can do this.
Yeah, you got it.
So, 2 mana, reveal 1 card, 3 cards from the mana deck.
Did you pick up 3 mana cards as per turn?
I mean, I don't remember.
Okay.
Probably not, but it's 1, 2, 3, whatever. Reveal 3 cards from the mana deck. And any ones are revealed, put them on this spell. So, I'm just going to put 1, 2.
Oh, but you deal 4 damage as well, right?
Yes, so 4 damage. Now I have to draw 3 cards from the deck.
That's 5.
1, 2, 3. And any ones get added to this card. So this card will never be used again.
Oh, wow.
The rest get put back in any order. So I know if, that card is coming up. This one is... how much you have left?
I have 5.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So...
Because that dealt 4 damage, right? So 9
yes.
minus 4 is 5, yeah.
So, okay, I think I got this. I'm going to play 2 cards here to pick up 2 cards off of something else. This one and this one.
Yep.
Is fine.
7
And
damage.
then 3 cards to do 7 damage.
That's really good.
And 7...
I would have killed you last game.
Last game, the next turn?
Yeah, the next turn.
So,
good.
what did you think of this game? Did you enjoy it? Did you...
Dice Thrones, I think, was a little bit better.
Well, you like your dice. This game...
It was okay.
I like it. First of all, I like the tableau building with the different cards. There are a lot more cards that we did not see that could have had a huge gameplay change. And I'm really curious to know how some of these cards chain off of others. Like, some of yours chained well, some of mine chained well. When you got this card that like keeps my basic attacks, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm keeping my 3s and 4s and slotting these cards in order so that when I discard with this guy, 4 damage goes to you and it bypasses this ability.
Oh, so you actually... Oh, deal damage and gain mana equal to that. Wow, that's actually a lot better than my delayed one.
Well, yeah, so basically, when this guy was ready, I would slot a 4, like, on the very bottom, so that whenever it was ready, I could put 4 cards here, remove this, and then 4 damage, boom.
Yeah.
And that bypasses that basic attack ability that you had there, that defense. So I like that. I love the tableau building. What I don't like, the card stock, really. I mean, I'm not a fan. I mean, yes, it's heavy, and I like that, but it doesn't shuffle very well, and it sticks together. The box is very well done, and again, there's this micro expansion and these other more complex cards that are in the box we haven't even gotten to yet. So I'm happy about that. I feel like the learning curve here really is the cards. Like there's a lot of card text in this.
It's almost too much, almost. Like, it's a bit, like... I don't know. I feel like other card games were a little bit easier to understand. The whole mana thing I'm not a fan of.
You mean
like the cards being as mana? It's too much of a table hog. There's no holding it in place. Sometimes it can get confusing, and as soon as you mess something up, then that's it. Like you kind of mess everything else up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It was okay.
That didn't bother me as much.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that the better the card, typically, the longer you have to wait to use it again. But I love that you have utility cards that help you remove some of that. You know what I mean? Some of that waiting. So you could go like 2 really powerful cards and the rest are abilities that help you remove cards. And
that's what I try to do. I only had 2 attacks.
That over there was disgusting. The fact that you kept discarding and then doing damage and chipping away at me, that was a lot.
I wanted to replace this, and I kept forgetting that you cannot replace it when you have mana cards on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really frustrating, but yeah, that's okay.
But I like this one. I would play it again. I think it has a lot of replayability. Again, with these cards and the cards that are in the box that are more complicated. You think it's complicated now. Wait till you start adding these other 2-star cards that are in here. Let's see, Bloodlust. Okay, that's not terrible. In order to basic attack, your opponent must use a mana of the same power as you did during your previous basic attack phase. What? That's what I mean. Like, these are the more complicated ones that you would have to get used to.
I feel like this game definitely needs an AI or a co-op, because when you lose like that low, like that close.
Oh, I'm on the couch tonight.
No, I just want to give you a bunch of paper cuts with these cards.
Wow, that's great.
But man, that was frustrating, especially when you know that your opponent has really powerful cards and you can't really do anything about it, especially if the cards up there are not as powerful as your opponent's cards. Also, I miss the whole purchasing, like the strategy of purchasing, whereas this one you just have to grab. Yeah. So it's like your opponent can really have a one-up on you.
Again, this game is full, in my opinion, this game is full of things that make it great also make it bad, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Because like you said, there's no purchase cost. That's great.
That's great.
But at the same time, there's no purchase cost. That removes the strategy.
Yeah.
However, it's great because it makes the rules less complicated and more accessible to new players. So like there's a positive and a negative to almost everything in this game that I'm finding. You know what I mean? Like the card stock. It's thick. I love it, but it doesn't shuffle very well. You know what I mean? So it's like
I thought that these numbers were like the cost of
I thought so too.
The cards.
Right. That's just in the rule book. I had to reread that and find it. But yeah, the card cost. I was thinking like, okay, so this is a 2, so I need to play a card with a 2 on it, or maybe 2 1s. But no, you just play a number of cards, and then it said in the rule book, regardless of value. I'm like, oh, and then I saw another card. I'm like, wait a minute. So this one actually cares about what you're putting down. I like that. You know what I mean? It made it a lot more strategic, I think.
Yeah.
I would recommend this game. Absolutely. I liked it.
I would too if you're not, if you're not gonna like be that hardcore about it. Like if you're a casual gamer, I think it would be fine if you wouldn't. If you're not gonna get mad about losing.
Are you mad at me right now?
No, of course not.
No. No. The daggers I'm receiving right now.
No daggers.
Wow. Okay.
No, this was a fun game. Very close, which is both a good and a very bad thing.
It's bad for your ego, but that says something about the balance. We had 6 completely different cards, but look how close it was.
Man.
Whereas games like Star Realms and Hero Realms, there are times where one player can get such good combinations and completely dominate. And like win the game 25 or 30-0. Other times it's close, but sometimes you can get lucky and get a great combo. This game, based on how we played, it was even almost all the way through.
You know what really screwed me over though? That first card that I picked. That I didn't use it at all because I misread it, I guess.
It was our first game. It was our first. I already mentioned that. It's our first game. There are no losers here.
I know, but had I picked a better
here we go. I'm going to get this later.
Okay, rematch.
Not now.
No.
I'm going to bed. On the couch.
No, that was good. That was a good game.
Yeah.
You actually did fabulous.
I was worried. My problem was I lacked the utility to get cards off quickly, and I ended up with a turn or two. Like, I lost a lot of tempo in this game because there was a turn or two where I couldn't do anything because I was waiting for cards to refresh. But once they did, I was able to chain them and hit you hard.
Yeah, you were.
But you were like every turn, 10 health, 10 health,
Shipping.
7, 8.
Shipping.
And then I couldn't do any basic attacks because of this stupid card. You just throw it right back in my face. I was saving that 4 as a finishing blow so that you wouldn't be able to use it. You know what I mean?
Really good.
Yeah.
I kept getting 2s and 1s on this one too. If I had 3s and 4s.
When you said you had 5 left, I'm like, oh, I was just going to basic attack you and kill you, but now I'm not going to do that. I was saving this 4 for the... I thought you had 8. So I was going to do 4 on the 1 and then 4 to finish you off.
I see.
But then you said, wait, you have 5. Oh, I better... Oh, this guy, thank God.
Health needs to be hidden information from
No,
now
that's
on.
awful. That's awful.
Oh, man. You had way more 4s than I did.
Yeah.
I only had like 1 or 2.
I had 4 red attack cards, 1 green and 1 purple.
No, I meant like the number of the mana cards.
Oh, well, I drew a lot of cards.
Yeah.
I had 2 cards that were generating cards on a regular basis, which was awesome. I wouldn't mind if the developers could come up with an AI mode. I don't know how that's possible, but I would love Hero Realms has that co-op aspect to it, that optional mode. I would love something similar here. I don't know how that would work. There's just so many decisions that an AI couldn't make automatically. You know what I mean?
This would be fun playing in teams, I think, of 2v2.
That's possible, but this game only supports 2.
Yeah.
You'd have to find a way to make that happen somehow. But all right, well, there you go, folks. It gets a thumbs up from me, and I'm guessing half thumbs up.
It's a thumbs up. Just because I lost, it shouldn't.
Wow.
It's a thumbs up.
Wizards of the Grimoire. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can hear all the complaining about
No. This was a fun game.
Yeah. This is Vincent Idley. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all next time.
I'm not a sore loser. Bye, guys.
Yeah, bye. Okay.